every baby got their hair on, painted at least. And I'm just doing I call it the make it or break it layers. With a normal person, they'd be like, woohoo, I'm done. And for me, I just pick it apart and I think, oh, maybe one more of this and a little more of that. And maybe I should try some of this. You know, it's the way I operate. Just silly. And, you know, it might like save the day, like, woohoo, I'm glad I did that. But it could just as well go south really easily. The baby that I'm having trouble with is Bailey, this baby. Her skin tone just has been off. It's just a little too purpley. And it's hard to come back from gray or purple. I don't know. I'm just constantly color correcting her, it seems like. And at some point I just have to stop and say, this is what she's gonna look like and it's okay. She's just lovely. I'm just cleaning up her ears. They look a little brown to me, and that happens when you're using ethnic colored skin. It gets a little dirty in some places and you just have to keep it tidy or else it'll just build and build. So I've been working on that. This baby, a little bit too red for me, but I just gave this baby a yellow wash and then another light wash, and we'll see what happens there. But the hair is all painted, and Ruby just came out of the oven. This baby's still really, really warm. And I think this baby is ready to rock and roll. I have a good friend who is kind of going through her baby closet. She's needing to make some room in her house. And so she's kind of thinning out her dolly stash. And I picked up a few babies from her I'm really excited about. Got an Adelaide and a Landon asleep. I got a bunch of heads, which I'm excited about. It's not so easy to find heads. And usually when you do, they're the heads you don't really want. Here is Joseph. He's going to be my little ginger baby. I finished his hair, or her hair. I don't have like a feel. This baby translates well, male or female. But he's very, very pale, and he has very, very light hair, which I'm absolutely in love with. It turned out much better than I anticipated. I'm really happy with this. Super happy. Blonde hair is very hard to paint. You wouldn't think so, but it really is. And when you varnish hair, the colors kind of pop a little bit, and I really like that. It's very exciting. Maybe that isn't so for everyone, but for me it is. I'm more comfortable painting babies with baby brown hair. I was just listening to Jen from Creative Newborns, and she was saying the same thing. She much prefers painting babies with baby brown hair. Everybody has their thing, their comfort zone. But this was really fun, and I really like the way it turned out. We're supposed to have some thunderstorms this weekend. That'll be exciting. The weather just changed from, you know, crazy summer, instant summer, to what the heck is going on summer. But I don't mind. I love it when it rains in the summertime. So after I'm done doing I'm going to get all of these sealed up, and then I'm going to start painting. I'm going to start rooting hair and lashes and do magnets and get all the heads put aside and do all the nail beds last, just in case. You can see that a lot of, I did a little powder blushing on some of the babies, and some of it didn't set, so it's coming off on my brush, which is just drag. Most of it's staying on, but some of it's coming off. And so I may need to blush those again over this varnish and revarnish. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how it looks once everything dries. Last time they went really, really fast. I don't know what the heck happened. That was probably the fastest babies have gone. And I still haven't listed all of them. I still have a couple. I have Oh gosh, 1, 2. I have to repair some babies. Sometimes, you know, something doesn't go perfect. Like, you know, the lips are peely, or the hair looks patchy, or, you know, there's always something. The body looks lumpy. And so I'll put all those babies, stack their boxes, and put a little note on the outside of the box that says what they need. And then when the pile gets big enough, I'll just have a day that I do all my little touch-ups and get things done. So I have Nico in that pile. I have Elaine that is an AA baby. That baby has funny coloring, but it's so cute. Let's see, what else do I have? And I still have Rosalie and Yale. It's not that I'm trying to torture everybody, I just have not had the time to photograph them, but I will. They're all done and ready to go. Maybe I'll wait till I get these babies done and I can photograph everybody at the same time and just have a big photo day marathon. And the rest of these brushes are going to get a good cleaning. I hope everyone is doing okay. I hope things are opening up safely where you live, and that all of these crazy things that are going on in the news, and the sad and the scary stuff, and, you know, all of it, I hope that it all gets better super soon, and we learn what we're supposed to learn from all of it. I think that's the best you can hope for, you know, that we learn good stuff and we do better later. If I don't think of it that way, then I'll just go crazy sad, thinking that it's not a great world. And I think it is a great world, and I think people in general are good people. Oh, and here's, I think it's Mindy. Is she cute? She's gonna look so much cuter when she's got a little bit of hair on top and when her eyes are in. I think I'm gonna do some light blue eyes on her. Oh, and I was saying that a lot of people are kind of wondering, what the heck, how do they get a baby if every time they go to Etsy the babies are gone? And here's the best way, and I'm not like trying to be weird about it or create some kind of baby frenzy. If you go and the babies are gone, I'm gonna keep making babies. It's okay. I always, when I wash babies, give them their first bath, I line them up and I put that on Instagram and I say, this is on my workbench. So if there's a sculpt you've been looking for and it's there, you'll know to watch out for it. When I get to the point where I have hair, lashes, and magnets on the babies, then I'll line up their heads again and I'll say, here they are. They're not assembled and it's not perfect, but you kind of get an idea of what the sculpts look like finished. And then I will get them all assembled and start photographing them. And after I do a photo session for a baby, what I do is, before I list it, I will stick it on Instagram. And I will show photos of the baby and I'll say, this baby going up on Etsy today or Monday or Tuesday or whatever. And that way, if it's a baby that you're looking for, you know when it's going up and you can just get up there and get the baby. And if not, don't stress out about it. Gonna keep making more babies. We got lots of babies. I don't know if you can hear, and I am drying off. I just came inside. It is Saturday and we got hit with an unexpected thunder, lightning, downpour. So I had to run out and close up the cars because they were getting soaking wet. And the funny thing is we chose today, my daughter and I took my youngest son for a nice hike at Little. And it was really nice weather. It was actually a little bit on the warm side, and we went to the farmer's market, which was really, really fun. Usually in our farmer's market, there are stalls on both sides, and it's super packed, and there's traffic going both ways. But today what they did was they just opened up areas and made it one big long farmer's market, and they did stalls down one side, so it's only on one side. And then they made a walkway with arrows where you could walk, and then arrows where you could stand in line and buy stuff. And so it made it really nice. Vendors were really happy to have everybody out and to be back to work. So they were so nice. There were some good deals. I got some bok choy. I got some baby kale. I got some organic snap peas and some pastry. And everybody wore masks, and everybody was social distancing, and it was all really, really wonderful. So we did that. We went for a hike. We came home. We cooked up some lunch, and then the lightning and the thunder started. And so we sat out and watched that for a bit, but had to come in because it just came down in buckets. And it's lightening up right now, so I'm guessing the storm has probably just passed us. But I do not collect babies. It's not that I don't want to, or I don't love them, or I don't think they're worth collecting. It's just that I think if I did, I wouldn't have, an internal stopping point. I think I would stop making and start collecting and start hoarding them. They're so hard to say no to, aren't they? They're so beautiful. And I'd start getting into who's painting what, and it would turn into reborn trading cards for me. I'd be a mess. So I'm going to just focus my energy where it needs to be, and that's on making babies instead of collecting babies. That being said, I do have a little basket full of childhood dolls in my studio, and I did go on eBay once. I was looking for a doll that I had remembered from my childhood, and I found her, and as a gift to myself, I bought her for myself. And I think 2 babies came, and I think I did a box opening on another video of those babies. And that was kind of nice, but they're just a bunch of old naked babies in a little basket in my studio. That is manageable for me, and it feels okay. And it has a lot of meaning for me. Dolls were like a real important part of my childhood, and a really happy part of my childhood. I found this mannequin baby. Actually, somebody posted it on a forum, and I thought, what the heck is that? And I went and looked at it, and I absolutely adored it instantly. I don't know what it is. And on my forum, I told this story, and I thought I'd share it here, and I'll tell you the whole story. So I really liked the baby, and I went to go take a look at it, and they had put it on sale, but even at that sale price, it was still a bit of a luxury for me. It's not something I needed. It's not something I wanted more than anything. It's just something I had discovered that day, and I didn't want to get all impulsive and go out and buy something that I didn't really need. And then the next day I woke up and I was still thinking about it, and I thought, well, geez, what is that about? And I don't know, there was just something about it. So I looked at it some more, and I looked around to see if there were any used ones. I wrote the company, they're in Australia, and I said, hey, do you guys have any demo models, or they lease them to hospitals, or any, return leases that you guys want to get rid of? I don't need one in perfect shape. I think all I'm going to use it for is a mannequin for sculpting. And they said, yeah, we do sometimes. Where are you located? And I told them, they said, after all is said and done, it's probably just cheaper for you to buy a new one direct. You'll get it faster, and it'll be cheaper because shipping from Australia is really, really expensive. And I woke up the next day, and I was like, oh, I still want that baby. Ooh, that's a messy finger. And I thought, geez, this is just silliness. I am just making more out of this than needs to be made out of it, but I really wanted it. And I kept trying to justify it, heck, it's expensive, but not more expensive than the babies that I make. If I sold a baby or 2, I could afford to buy it.